right. Hello there, everyone. It's very nice to have you here on this video. So obviously, I have one of our clients, Elizabeth, here. She made some amazing success in our program, and I just want to have a quick conversation with her in terms of how she performed, what results she got, what was her experience in our program. So hello there, Elizabeth. How are you doing?
So good. How are you?
Yes, doing pretty nice. So, very nice to have you on this meeting. Obviously, we came a long way. Actually, compared to the results that you got, like, we haven't really been working together for that long. Like, I think your appointment set the
In like a
just
month and a half. Yeah.
yes, yes, something like that. So, it already feels, in terms of results, it already feels a lot. So, that's what we're going to talk about. So, obviously, you got some great results in our program. But first of all, what I want to understand is, just tell us a little bit about what you exactly do, right? What is your niche? Who you're working for, who you're working with, and just your situation a little bit before you actually join that program.
Yeah, I love that. So I was a wedding photographer for 10 years, and then I decided 3 years ago to start educating other wedding photographers. So we have a group coaching program called Roadmap to Booked, and in the program we teach photographers how to get booked out, but also how to charge more so they can work less.
Okay, insane. So look, obviously, you had experience in photography as well before, and that's how you kind of started, doing this, which is insane. I always say this that I like to work with coaches who actually do, know what they're coaching. There are a lot of weird people out there who are just like starting a coaching business and they don't actually know what they are doing. So that's why
Right.
it was one of the most important things when, I decided to also work with you. In terms of like the results that you got, right? So obviously you came to me with a very specific problem, which is important. So if you can tell a little bit more about like why did you decide that you want to sign up with us, right? What results you got, and how did you feel about the entire process?
So I signed up because I am just so busy. So as the CEO of the company, I'm doing all the things, right? So I was doing the setting, I was doing the sales, I'm doing the delivery, I'm doing the coaching, I'm doing the content creation, the strategy, all of that kind of stuff. And I knew that I had to hire a setter because we were at the point where we were hitting, I would say like on average 20 to 30K months, but I was still kind of stuck in that funnel, if you will. What's that called? That specific area where
Of course,
you're
the
like
bottleneck,
stopping everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was there and I just didn't have time, nor did I want to take the time to go out and really just like do the whole interview process. I already have a team that I have interviewed, and that takes so long. And so I really wanted to find someone who's qualified and who has had results. I know you guys have done incredible in your business, and so that was really what stood out. So we needed to hire a setter. What was your other question?
Yes, basically that was my question, right? So why did you decide
Okay.
to work with us? And then obviously what results you got and how did you experience the process itself of us implementing the appointment setter, training the setter? Those are the most important things.
Yeah, it's wild. So I actually, in my mentorship group, I told my mentor about you guys, and I was just saying that you guys are so incredible because I didn't have to go out and do any interviews. I didn't have to do any personality tests, anything like that. You guys did all of that. And so you brought somebody who already had setting experience onto the team. But the thing that I was most impressed by was the fact that you guys like were all in, like you and your brother immediately went into WhatsApp and you guys were in there daily, like helping me train. Because it's one thing to hire a setter, but it's a whole nother thing to train the person. And that's where the real work is, right? So you guys have been there every single week, and you and her and I are on the calls, and you guys are in there every single day helping me train her as well, which is huge. So for results, the first month, she booked more than I've ever booked in terms of booking sales calls, and we hit, I think it was 16,000 in revenue.
Okay, absolutely insane. So, obviously, one of the most important things is that in our program, we don't just coach people, right? We also implement a lot of stuff. So that was one of the most important components of saving the time to implement the sectors. And that's, on our first ever call, you also explained that to me that that's what you need. But also the most important thing as well is that, you worked extremely hard in here too. So that's anybody who's watching this video, I don't want them to think that like, hey, I'm lazy, right? I jump into this program, then I can get success, right? So, you, Elizabeth, you're an insane CEO as well. And I think you did a great work of also working hand in hand with us, which is very important. But of course, like I think, your appointment setter Crystal is like performing amazing. And
Yeah.
I think we can also continue scaling even more. So yeah, the next step is most probably going to implement a closer team for you because I think you're in deep need for that with the amount of calls that you're booking, and that should be insane. Just a very quick question, right? Now that you have an appointment setter implemented, right? Like, how did your how did your view or like how you're running your business and how much more time you have, like basically how did your life change in this sense because of the
Oh
sector?
my gosh. Okay, I do have to say, I was so used to my assistant used to do the setting, right? And so I was highly managing that because English is not her first language. So she just didn't have the nuance of the conversations. What I found is I was like, I'll just do it myself. And I was taking so much time being in the inbox on top of everything else. And I remember when Crystal was just like booking calls, and there were literally days where I was just sitting there and I was like, I don't even know what to do with my time because I had so much more time on my hands, which is huge. You know what I mean? Because I am a mom of three kids. And my family is number one priority always. And so to have hours and hours of back of time and to have the peace of mind knowing that somebody's in there and she knows what she's doing is huge. And she really cares about the company, which we just saw on the call.
Yes, of course. So the one of the most important things also in an appointment setter is that they don't just like finish the tasks. It's also
Yeah.
they actually do want to grow the company. This is what we call fit growth specialists, right? So that's how we call the setters that we implement for our clients. Why that's important is because I also told you in the first meeting, obviously, that personality is extremely important, and it's
Mhm.
sometimes it's even more important than skill, because skills can be acquired, people can be trained. Of course, we are looking for skill setters. For example, your preference was a female setter, right? Most probably based in the USA. That's how we try to find it
Mhm.
for you. And we did that, but also Crystal has an amazing personality of like growing with you and assuming things. And I think that's also very important. I'm very happy to hear, that you have more time. You're also making more money, you're booking more calls. So I think that's absolutely insane. So yeah, I think, just very quick interview. I think we kind of went through everything very important that we had to talk about. Thank you very much for joining this interview. And of course, like, let's see what more results we can get.
Yay. Thank you guys so much. Can't wait to work with you again.